of a general meeting of Agpgn leadership with the beneficiaries of United Nations, United African Alliance, a grant held on Agpgn live stream Telegram platform on Saturday, 16 September 2023, to appreciate the community for the successful memorial service of the icon of hope, late Mrs. Beatrice Odudu, aka Mama Rita, to congratulate the supporters of believers of Uaag and Agpgn, and to acknowledge and deliver a glad tidings message to the believers and lovers of Agpgn. The followings were recorded. The Secretary General of All Grand Pressure Group of Nigeria, Agpgn, Comrade Livingstone, welcomed everyone to the meeting. The voice note of the spokesman of family of late Beatrice Odudu, aka Mama Rita, on the appreciation for the successful 5th memorial service of the icon of hope was also played on the platform. The President General, Comrade Abdulrazak Yakubu, greeted or appreciated everyone at the meeting and said all were the energy of Agpgn. No matter the effort of the enemy, Agpgn would not back out. A lot had happened, but the enemy can never have their way. The President General appreciated everyone for the words of prayers and comments for people to have traveled to various venues for this memorial service, Abuja and Cross River states, and also people contributed money to beautify the memorial events. He said that the contribution of people had really shown the entire world about expression for tremendous support people would have made for the late icon Beatrice Odudu. He said that the level of our contribution now that we would not make a second mistake. The President General said that there was something new in the recent speech of the country director of Uaag, Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama, on Thursday, 14th September 2023. He said that country director had made us to understand that things or work had gone far for the realization of successful disbursement of Uaag grant, and highly optimistic, though he, Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama, had escaped traps set for him, and particularly Agpgn team were the major targets. The President General said it was a sign of wickedness. Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama said he was the only one called country director, as that was being confirmed without his knowledge. The President General said Agpgn Secretary General took time to remind Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama on what was said about him by late Mrs. Beatrice Odudu. Agpgn team was the unraveler of this truth, that Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama was the only country director of Uaag grant. The President General recalled that Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama, being a faithful person, urged some of the members of Agpgn team to helping them in submitting data during Tubert Grant Foundation (TGF), not knowing he, Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama himself, is a set man country director of Uaag grant. The President General urged Nigerians not to misinterpret Agpgn. He said many people had been coming out to say they were the country director, and even some had misinformed people that Agpgn had been bought over. Group of widows and widowers gotten information from Agpgn. He said that Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama had said that he had forgiven everyone. He said some people had gotten millions being sponsored by mischievous ones, though said some had been coming back to the side of truth. He implored people not to listen to their deceits. US had an operating office outside Nigeria, having acting secretary and other officials, vice president, treasurer. US gave appointment to thousands of people. The President General said some had been parading themselves as officials of US. He implored not to believe any letter that was not written by official. The President General said we were already there at disbursement. He said that the money had already been shared, only it remained finishing touch for us Nigerians to see the money at our end or side. The President General said someone had also been manipulated. The President General said to faithful supporters that Agpgn team would be there for them on that day. He said Agpgn decided not to fight against anyone below. He said the best way to fight Agpgn team was to write petitions against Agpgn. He urged to stop disturbing the peace of innocent ones around. He said no excuse for ignorance and the day is too close. It was observed that wife of Professor Brimi was the one begging for peace on behalf of some people. The President General said wife of Professor Brimi was not involved in this project. She said that her husband, Professor Brimi, said he would not want any of his family to be involved because of their security. The President General said the family of wife of Professor Brimi was among those that manipulated story to arrest Agpgn team and Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama to sleep in detention for that one day. And Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama took it in good faith because of Nigerians, as he did not ever slept in detention for one day in his life. Agpgn said there was no need for reconciliation. Agpgn said Apostle Dr. Ken Nwakama never jettisoned need for reconciliation. Please, we shall continue this in another version or in another part. Stay tuned for the completion of this broadcast in another part. Thanks so much for listening, and bye for now. Do join us in the continuation of this broadcast, and bye for now, please. Okay.